I see you shiver with anticipation.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Welcome to Tuesday night. Welcome to Home Team Sports. I'm the Big Alboski. He's cousin Phil over there. Down there is Anthony Joseph. Mr. Shango is over there. And guess what, guys? This Sunday is Super Bowl 55.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sunday, February 7th, 6 p.m. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Kansas City Chiefs, and then there were two.
Oh, yes.
Yes, man, the old line versus the young line. I mean, it's got everything that, Tampa Bay. This is the funny part. I was telling this to AJ, too, a couple days ago, that every other year they decide who the home team changes from the NFC to the AFC team, and this year it is the AFC team. So the Kansas City Chiefs are the home team as far as flipping the coin goes, but the game's in Tampa Bay. Figure that one out.
That makes no damn sense.
Makes no sense whatsoever, but they're going to do it anyway. And before we get into Super Bowl 55, man, I got to say kudos to the NFL for pulling this season off through all the nonsense, through COVID, through all that stuff. There were a lot of people had COVID. There were full teams that they had to do postpone games to another day, or they had to finagle it one way or the other, but they got it done. They got the season done, and they got the Super Bowl on time, which is always usually the first Sunday in February. So kudos to them for getting it done. I'm excited for the Super Bowl just like any other year because, man, with everything that went on in 2020, man, get me off and running with a big, good game. And, man, talk about blockbuster, man. You couldn't write a better script. Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes. Tom Brady trying to prove he didn't need Bill Belichick. You got all these sub-story plots going on. Kansas City trying to get their second in a row. Andy Reid, everything. So, I mean, before we get started, you guys, how do you feel about Super Bowl 55? Phil?
Oh, I'm sad that the Bills didn't make it, but I'm happy. Man, you know what, man? I'm glad to see Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Like, AJ says the greatest of all time. He goes with Mahomes, and this is a chance to prove. I mean, they're 2-2 against each other. Brady's 2-1 with the New England against them. He's 0-1 with the Bucks. Week 12. That was a great game, 27-24. Hill had like over 3 yards in the first quarter alone. Finished with 269.
48. Right?
Yeah, I mean I think this is a great matchup. Like people are saying, you got to put pressure on Brady. What's his name? Eric Fisher's out, or not Brady, Mahomes. Eric Fisher's out, but like Mahomes leads the league. He has like 30 touchdowns against the pressure, number one since 2018. Like this could go either way. Is the old passing it off to the new, or does the old still keep it? I'm glad you're not asking me to pick who's going to win right now because I still got to think about it.
We're gonna wait. We are gonna predict the Super Bowl, but we'll wait to the end of the show to do that. We're gonna talk about all this stuff.
I'm just glad it's not Mahomes versus Rodgers, because then people would say football's fixed because of all the Allstate commercials.
Yeah, the State Farm? Yeah, the State Farm Bowl. The State Farm Bowl. Sure.
They're saying it's fixed now because how you gonna let Tom Brady get back in? So,
well, you know what? This one here, Tom, we talk about Belichick versus Brady. Belichick built the defense up there in New England. That's what won them all, because if you look at Brady's offense up there, he really didn't have a running game. And I can't name off all the running backs because they're really not that famous. I mean, Maroney, Yeah, there's a bunch of them he had, and the running backs he did have were like pass catching, like James White, Rex
Hmm.
Burkhead.
Sony Michelle.
Yeah, well, that's previously.
I thought
he
you were
was
talking
really
about his whole career, not just this year.
no the ones
Yeah,
he
his
won the
whole
Super Bowl with.
career. This
He
year
won the
he's
Super
got
Bowl with Michelle.
Fournette. He's got Ronald Jones, who's came out of nowhere. He's got three great receivers, two really good tight ends. You know, don't sleep on Cameron Brate. You
I
know,
like Cameron Brate.
yeah. So he's done it with a team this year. Like an offense is what's carried him so far, where in New England it was a defense. But yeah, that's all I have
And
on that one.
Shango,
the
go
funny
ahead.
the funny thing, just to pick it back off Phil, they're missing their number one tight end, OJ Howard. They did all
Yeah.
this without OJ Howard. OJ Howard he was showing out the previous season, and he comes into this season and gets hurt, and they're doing all these things without him. So it kind of it's a testament to who Tom Brady is as a player. Like he elevated that team. He elevated that team. Their defense started clicking, but their offense has been running on all cylinders for most of the year. I would say 90% of the year. Did they run into some games where they got manhandled or somebody was able to figure them out a little bit? Yeah. Are they still trying to gel together? Yes. But you got a leader and Tom Brady, who's able to corral all those horses and getting them going in the same direction. Patrick Mahomes, this is going to be a big test for him. This is going to last year, not necessarily set the bar for him, but this is really going to cement him. You're going against one of the greatest, you're going against arguably the greatest quarterback of this era in a head to head match for the biggest prize. Like, how is this going to play out? We're all waiting to see. It's going to be, it's going to be a really good game, and I'm excited about it.
Oh yeah, like Shango, you look at 3 touchdowns in the first half, and they didn't score but 6 points the rest of the game. Tampa came back. It is a big testament here. Last year he went against Jimmy G, who 9 passes, I think he
Yeah,
threw against. You know what I mean? He's not a passing quarterback. Sorry.
yeah. And Jimmy G isn't the caliber quarterback that Tom Brady. And I know Belichick wanted Jimmy G, but this kind of proves that Jimmy G. I hate to say it, was a lot of hype. He looked good coming in as a backup, and you run that risk with a lot of people. Jeff Garcia looked great when he played behind Steve Young. He looked great. He looked amazing. But once he got the starting job, he got exposed. So it was kind of like one of those situations. And now, San Francisco scrambling to find their next quarterback because they realize that, Garoppolo's not going to be it. He's not it. Garoppolo was never it. He had a couple good games throughout his tenure with the Niners, and now here we are, a couple seasons removed from, a season removed from them going to the Super Bowl, and they're like, "Oh, we need to fix this."
Anthony.
I'm done with Tom Brady. Done with him.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. So you
Well,
if Mahomes doesn't win, you'll riot.
No, I don't think this game's going to even be close. I don't think it's going to be close.
Wow.
You got to remember, Kansas City has a coaching staff that is actually good.
Yes.
They're not playing Green Bay.
Okay.
The Green Bay's been choke artists. I mean,
Right.
going against Patrick Mahomes, boy.
So you're not you're doubting Bruce Arians. That's what you're saying?
I just, they've played games where they just look like crap.
Whose defense is better, Tampa Bay's or Kansas City?
It ain't going to matter.
Oh, really? But answer the question.
I think Kansas City, if they pressure Tom Brady, I think Kansas City has a better defense.
Wrong.
Because Tom Brady can't take pressure.
Well, we'll see.
3
how much
interceptions
pressure
last
Mahomes
week
can take.
with pressure.
All right.
Just toss the ball up.
All right. Well, we'll get into that later. Shango brought up a question, and we'll do our predictions in case anybody's watching this live. We'll do our predictions at the end of the show. We'll all let everybody know who won and lost in the Rams and Lions trade. It doesn't matter who starts this. You guys can start this, but for me, I obviously looking at it on paper, it really looks like that the Rams got shafted here. To me, I mean, all these draft picks are given up for Matthew Stafford, who is injury prone, as everybody knows. I don't no disrespect to him. He's a tough guy, tough quarterback. But I think that they're really selling Goff short. I think Goff's still if you put him in the right system with the right people and the right, offensive line, maybe, I think he could still be a good quarterback in the league. The guy went to a Super Bowl once. Matthew Stafford. I don't remember the last time Matthew Stafford won a freaking playoff game. But you can say, well, he didn't have a good cast around him. He didn't have good coaching. He didn't have good defense. He didn't have nothing. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. But I really think that the Rams got shafted on this deal. I'm sorry. Yeah, Matthew Stafford with all these draft picks and Jared Goff, the Lions made out like, you know what I mean, to me. But that's my opinion. What's yours?
I agree. I think the Rams bought the farm when it came to a quarterback in his mid-30s who has had injury issues, and to give up that much for a guy who I wouldn't have spent that many first-round draft picks on Matthew Stafford personally. I don't think he's a horrible quarterback. I do agree with you. He's had a horrible cast around him his entire run in Detroit. He had maybe one or two players on each side. Like when he started, he had Megatron, and then Marvin Jones was there, and then on defense they had Darius Slay and I can't think of the Cliff Averill. I think he played defense for Detroit, but they've never had a real supporting cast, and he's never had a line to begin with to his entire time there, which kind of blew my mind. Your quarterback is getting pressured every single down, and you've never invested the time to make the line around him better. Give him time to throw the ball. The guy averages what 4,500 yards a season. Like he throws the ball like nobody else because he has to. He's never had a running game. They've drafted very poorly his entire career with the Detroit Lions. And it's amazing to me that, they would let him go as easily. But I think if I was him, I'd be done too. I would have been done a couple of years ago. I would have been done like 5 or 6 drafts ago. When you guys aren't giving me help, get me out of here. You're not going to shorten my career, not giving me any type of protection.
See, the Rams are betting the house on that fact that putting Matthew Stafford on the team they have right now is going to win now. That's
who did Shango say won that trade?
What?
Who did Shango think won that trade?
I think the Lions won that trade because they got more capital and they cleared up cap space to go out there and get somebody to get another quarterback. There's going to be a lot of quarterbacks on the open market. They could take some of those picks and trade for guys who would be available. Like
you don't think Jared Goff is their starter next year?
I don't see it. I don't see it. Jared Goff is too up. He's way too inconsistent.
Why would they trade for Jared Goff plus the draft picks to maybe put some talent around him?
If they put talent around him, you think they're going to change the formula after they've been doing the same thing for 12 seasons now?
That's a lot of draft picks. Anthony, what were you going to say?
No, I just totally disagree.
Go ahead. The Rams
won this trade, hands down. You gotta remember, Sean McVay is a brilliant coach.
Mhm.
He's had one. He doesn't need first round draft picks. He showed it.
Yeah.
His last one was Jared Goff, 2016. He hasn't had one since then.
Mhm.
He hasn't built around that. He went out and got the quarterback he needs to win a Super Bowl. And I think Matthew Stafford, I said in the beginning, I think he is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the entire league.
I'll agree.
The kid is amazing.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, I mean, now it's put up, shut up for him. There's no more excuses. There's no more, oh, he plays for the Lions. They don't protect him. They don't put the weapons around him. That's gone. So he's going to have to come through now. But I think he will. I think the Rams know exactly what they're doing. And I mean, their formula has worked. I mean, he's made the Super Bowl. What is he? How many years now? 4 out of 5? He's made the playoffs. So, I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Mhm.
And draft picks are hit and miss. How many guys get drafted in the top 10 that don't pan out?
A lot.
You got a proven quarterback. I would give that up too. And you got rid of Jared Goff. So you got some of the money off the books.
Yeah. But did you see that they're not going to do an extension with him as well?
He could be traded.
Oh,
Stafford. They're not doing an extension. He's not
they
doing
got
an
two.
extension.
They got 2 years. Why would you? Why would you extend him? You got
I
2
mean, the
years.
other thing too is
You got 2 years.
didn't the Rams take a cap hit? Didn't the Rams take a cap hit also though? Right.
They got dead money. Yeah.
I think it was like 26 million from golf.
But
No,
I don't know.
I think it's 26 with Gurley and Golf.
The thing of the matter is, though, I mean, if they roll with this with who they have right now, I think they still need maybe a couple pieces, and they're not going to be able to get them on free agency with all that.
What would they need? What would they need?
I don't know.
More help on the line.
Yeah. I thought Golf was rather under duress for maybe an offensive lineman.
I think a quarterback helps the line. A guy that knows what he's doing, a guy that can check out of stuff.
He releases the ball quicker. Releases the ball quicker. They got a good running back who's on a rookie contract in Cam Akers. They got 2 good wide receivers. They got Woods and Coop. Sure.
So, I mean, the pieces are there.
What do you think, Phil?
Well, I don't look at let's look at it this way. Who won and lost the Rams and Lions trade? Let's look at this individually. Your winner, Stafford, right? Stafford's going to a place that has weapons. He's had it previously, but you got to look at Detroit's defense. When you're putting up 34 points, but your defense is giving up 40, you're going to the Rams, who is number 1 in defense.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So now he doesn't have to compete like that anymore. Another one, Sean McVay, another winner out of this. You know, he's got a quarterback who's going to let it rip, who's going to throw it, and is more mobile than Jared Goff. Okay, quicker release. He's smarter. He's intelligent. He's got that quarterback. If you look at the Super Bowl the Rams were in with Goff, he didn't look that good. Here's another one.
He hasn't looked good all year.
I thought he wasn't ready for that stage when he was in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he hasn't even looked good this year. I mean, even that playoff game, he came in and he saved them, but then the next one he shit the bed.
Because he came out as a rookie. Another winner out of this trade, Houston Texans. Okay, because Goff or Stafford, you get 2 firsts and a third. Houston now knows the asking price for Deshaun Watson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
the Lions are also a winner because they get picks now, 2 firsts and a third. You know what I mean? So that's who you get winning. You're losing is the Colts and the 49ers because they lost out on getting a quarterback. Stafford was available. They did not come to the table because we talked about Jimmy G is not the answer. This would have been a perfect time to go and get Stafford. You know what I mean? Because they also have a number 1 defense, our top defense. The Colts with Philip Rivers retired, and then the loser, Goff. You know, I mean, he's going to Detroit.
Get a cheap house there. Get a cheap house.
Huh? I mean,
get a couple of cheap houses.
He's a skittish quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean,
you probably buy a block.
Yeah, I mean, it's
pretty cheap.
So when you look,
did he really lose then?
Look at the Lions and the Rams as the organization, but I think the biggest one out of here in the future coming up is going to be Deshaun Watson. The Houston Texans asking price now, not to get away from the Rams and the Lions.
No,
I think
But still,
Stafford is going to be great in this Rams organization. I'm with AJ. He is the most underrated quarterback because he's like Archie Manning, great quarterback in the 70s, just was never on a winning team.
but we gotta remember though, they gave up 2 firsts. But if they're a good team, they're 2 very late round first picks.
Yes. And they're not this year.
So does it really affect the price of Watson?
Who was the Rams?
They're gonna be 2 late first round picks.
First round pick since golf. They've traded it for Ramsey. They've traded, so their first rounds they've never.
I'm saying with the Rams, with the Lions are getting back, could be like picks 25 and 28.
Yeah.
Or 30.
Okay.
You never know. So it's not like they gave up 2 high end first round picks.
I mean, McVay's.
I don't know if it affects the value of Watson. I mean,
the GM has made it clear he wants to try to keep Watson. I don't know how he's going to do it, but
would you want your team giving up everything for Watson?
No.
Depends who you are.
I mean, if you're the Jets, how worse can you get, right? There's teams out there, I guess, that. But,
I mean, Watson has had weapons around him, and what has he done?
What has he done is only he puts up stats every damn year, and they don't make it anywhere.
But stats, so you just want a guy that's going to fill the stat board, or you want a guy that's going to win?
If he puts up 30, 40 touchdowns every damn freaking year and 10 or less interceptions.
But he was doing that with Hopkins and Fuller.
And he did it this year without DeAndre Hopkins. He had a great year this year.
He led the league in passing yards.
Okay, but how many games were they down?
That's my point. My point is if he goes on a staff.
But I'm saying, you want a guy that fills the stat board or a guy that's a winner?
I mean, you can't just say he's not a winner because his defense was – they had J.J. Watt and nobody else. And now J.J. Watt is leaving the Texans apparently as well.
AJ, you asked the question, who would give up their team? Actually, there's 3 teams that would not give up a lot by giving away their first-round picks. Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags are going with –
I don't see the Jaguars ever trading for him.
Right. Because they each have 2 first-round picks. So really not – I mean, you give one of them up.
Why would Jacksonville not draft Trevor Lawrence?
That's what I'm saying.
They're going to. I don't think they –
I don't see Jacksonville being a part of this conversation, but they're one of the 3 teams that have 2 first. So I don't see Jacksonville do it. So you got Miami because they're not sold on if I remember correctly, in an earlier episode – of who would you build your team around between Hayward, Tua, and Burrow. I think our buddy down here picked Tua. Do you still feel that same way?
He did.
Yes. yes, I do.
He still feels that way.
He still feels that Tua's better at the best of those 3.
Yes, I do. And I can tell you why.
We know he's not
gave up on him. They gave up on him way too early.
We know Justin Herbert's the best of those.
Where does Watson end up? All right, where does Watson end up? Because I mean, I was watching Colin Cowherd, and he had like his top 5 places he thinks that if he were Deshaun Watson, because Deshaun Watson has things, so they can't just trade him wherever they feel like it. He has to agree with it.
You want me to go first? I'll tell you where it ends up.
Go ahead.
Houston.
He ends up staying
if I'm Houston, I play hardball. Say, you know what? Sit out.
They did that to Barry Sanders back in the day.
Do it. Sit out.
Okay.
It's going to hurt his pockets. He ain't sitting out.
I got you. But Cowherd was saying that the best place for him to go would be the 49ers because, like, they're a quarterback away from being right back into the playoffs and right back there.
What are you going to convince the Niners to give you in return?
I don't know. That I'm just telling you what he said. That's not.
It would work.
They would want Bosa. They would want a lot. They would want a lot.
And if you're the Niners, you give that up, and now you're not that team.
Nope. It ain't no way in hell I'm giving up Bosa.
I think Houston plays hardball.
Jason says on the couch.
That's what I would do to him. Go ahead, sit out. I'll find you every day.
He's with you, AJ. Listen,
Yeah, he's.
I know.
I just don't think a guy like him. Like I get he's a good quarterback. He has not reached Tom Brady status. He should not be running your organization. He shouldn't tell you how to run your team. You pay him. He doesn't pay you. His name's ain't on the check.
That's the GM's fault for having that contract where he has a no trade clause.
Well,
yeah,
I think maybe this hurts the no trade clause.
Maybe.
You learn your lesson.
What team?
How many people been hostage to no trade clauses?
Yeah.
I would get rid of it. I wouldn't even.
I think that there's a couple teams out there that'll give them whatever they want, whatever they ask for. They'll give them the take.
Yeah.
Look at Aaron Rodgers. He's starting to become a problem in Green Bay slowly.
He is, but then they're trying to work that out. Like they're trying to get him to stay.
Yep.
They're hugging it out.
Right.
He's been had that diva mentality though. He's been a diva. He's been a diva since before Mike McCarthy left. He's been a diva. That's nothing new. Anytime he loses in the playoffs, what do you hear? He's not happy. He's throwing a fit. He throws. He's throwing another temper tantrum. He's been a diva.
Yeah, 1-4 in NFC Championship games.
He didn't. How many points did he put up in the second half?
Sorry, Watson, I can't trade you.
Yeah.
Watson's going to end up in a bad situation. Okay.
Really? Why?
Because, we talk about where he's going to end up. One says Houston. You say 49ers. 49ers is a great place for him to go. Is the 49ers willing to match the Lions, the Rams offer that they got for Stafford? Miami has the capability to match it and go above and beyond. But the problem is, like Shango said in the earlier weeks, again, I'm going with reference. Name 5 fucking Miami Dolphin guys. You can't. And that's what's going to hurt him. And I see Miami pulling out all stops because, like you said, they gave up on Fitzpatrick when he was winning. They gave up on Tua, you know what I mean? You got a quarterback who led the NFL in passing yards with – they didn't really – they had Cook and Fuller and stuff, but, I see him hurting himself going to Miami. Watson's a Clemson boy. He's going back over there. You know what I'm saying? So,
but regardless of where he would try to go, like his main destination was the Jets in Miami, I guess because they have the most capital to spend. But at the same time, who do you have there as a supporting cast? You're going from a bad situation.
Go to the Jets. Weather sucks. Team sucks. Good luck to you.
Yeah, exactly. You're going from a bad situation to a fucking shitty situation. Like either way you go. Maybe he'll get another tattoo.
Houston has the better receiving core out of all three.
And defense. Sadly.
Yeah.
You want a guy that comes in and wants to run your team?
Hell no.
See, that's the thing. The Jets have that. What is it? The number 2 pick. I think that Houston would want. I think Houston would want to work with them more than anybody. But the no trade clause thing. Watson's might say, "No, I don't want to play for the Jets."
Well, he said he wanted to.
He said he does.
That's his number 1 destination.
Okay,
that is number 1 at the top of his list.
Okay.
It goes Jets.
If I'm Houston, I make that deal and I ask for Sam Darnold back.
Sam Darnold in the 23rd pick of the draft.
No, I want the 2.
2.
You ain't getting the 2. There ain't nobody worth the 2.
Well, then you just walk away.
Because you got 2 great quarterbacks coming out with Justin Fields and Zach Wilson from BYU. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm willing to trade him for 2.
Yeah, but if I'm the Jets, I'm not trading my 2. I'll give you the 23rd, and then as my second, take either one of the top receivers on the board, Devontae Smith or to pair with Watson. I'm not giving up a 23rd because I can use my second to get one of those top quarterbacks, and then use my 23rd to get a decent receiver, the boy from Colorado.
But the Rams just gave that up for Sam Stafford, not Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Sam.
Well, they
I think they're all next year.
Yeah,
I
Sam.
think those are all next year.
They're next year, but it's probably gonna be like the 23rd, 28th pick.
Yeah.
go with Miami.
Same
I mean,
situation.
Texans sent their 3rd overall pick to Miami. Ask for that one back. Send them to Miami.
There you go. Into it.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
They would work with Tua.
Yeah.
And then I go get
Yeah.
to a wide. Then I go get to a wide receiver.
Problem solved. There it is.
Yep.
Problem solved.
Yep.
I think he ends up in Houston.
Okay. You say Houston. Phil says the Jets, right?
No, I say Miami.
Oh, you say Miami. Shango, what do you say?
I'm gonna have to agree with my former best friend and say that he ain't going nowhere. They are not gonna trade him.
Wait, why is he your former best friend? That makes me sad.
He ended the relationship. So
I'm
just gonna
sorry.
say-
We're working on it, baby steps.
Baby steps.
We've met. We've had coffee. Yeah, we've met. We've had coffee. You know, he's calmed down a little bit.
That is so cute.
But yeah, I don't. They're not going to trade him. Exactly. They're not going to trade him. They're not going to trade him. They'd be dumb to trade him. I understand he's a disgruntled employee at this point. Well, you know what?
We're talking about
it's football.
Houston. They got rid of fucking DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah,
I know.
They're having a fire
That was
sale.
the head coach.
But
That was the head
but
coach.
look who's Bill O'Brien was the head coach, and Bill O'Brien is a fucking idiot.
They have a new
Bill
head
O'Brien
coach.
has been a fucking idiot.
So
Bill
what is Deshaun
O'Brien-
Watson really bitching about? They got rid of a shitty fucking coach.
Because he didn't get to choose who got to be the GM. He didn't get to choose.
He knows they're
who,
Yeah,
losing.
but when you own that team, then you can make those decisions.
I agree.
Anger.
That's like
Anger.
fucking
There's so much anger.
That's like me going to my boss and being like, nope, I don't want to drive this truck because this truck is as fast as the other trucks.
Yep.
No,
He
just
tell
say
me,
it's
okay, well,
unsafe.
you can drive your car home.
Just tell them it's unsafe. They can't fire you for being.
I mean, I can say that, but then they'd go out and check and be like, all right, I'll tell you what, I got another run for you. You get in your car, you take your ass home.
Send you to
Deliver yourself to your house.
for Wentz.
Yeah.
Keep your shit up.
When it comes to natural relief, turn to Dr. Brown CBD. Dr. Brown CBD uses the latest scientific knowledge and experienced professionals to create top-of-the-line CBD products at affordable prices. Go to www.momandpopcbdshop.com or visit one of their 5 locations in this area: Easton, Wind Gap, Bechtelsville, Hackettstown, New Jersey, and Washington, New Jersey. And tell them the Big Alboski sent you, and you'll get 15% off. So guys, Super Bowl Sunday is this week, and I'd be remiss if we didn't mention that a couple of companies, I should say, Coca-Cola, Budweiser, Pepsi, are deciding not to make their big time Super Bowl commercials and spend all that money on COVID research. And whether or not their intentions are noble or not, far be it for me to decide, but Anthony Joseph, he has his opinions. I thought we should talk about some of the Super Bowl commercials of past that might have been, memorable, like ones that like you just can't get out of your head, or they still play to this day. The first one that pops, like when I think of Super Bowl commercials, the first one that pops into my head is, I'm a big Star Wars nerd, right? So it's the Darth Vader one where he uses the Force to get the Pepsi out of the guy's hand and drinks the Pepsi. Another one that pops in my head is more recent. The other one's more recent is like Betty White. Betty White's like playing football with a bunch of guys, and the guys are like, "You're playing like Betty White out there," and they hand her a Snickers. And so just watching, I don't know why it's so funny watching Betty White get like shoulder tackled and go flying, but it was funny to me. But I mean, do you guys, Shango, you remember any Super Bowl commercials that stand out to you? Like,
there's a couple. There was the Pepsi Super Bowl with Justin Timberlake where he got like drug across the United States and ended up getting hit in the head with a TV flat screen. That was kind of funny.
Head
Not
injuries.
just because he was like he hits the a Range Rover and it's Tony Romo and the Cowboys and he was like, Justin, sorry Tony, and he goes flying. There's that one. There's the Dorito commercials from a couple of years ago. It's still funny as hell to me. I still watch those to this day. They're
they always come up with
hilarious.
some good ones.
The Budweiser frogs. I mean,
the frogs, the Budweiser frogs.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Budweiser. The one Dorito one with the guy was in it. The kid was so then it makes a time machine out of a cardboard box.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was good.
And
I like that one.
and you feed it. You feed it Dorito. You have to feed it Doritos, and he's sitting on the other side, and the guy.
The dog was my favorite.
The guy comes out, and there's some old guy there, and he's like, "Jimmy, you're so old."
The dog was my favorite. Have you seen the cat?
What? Oh yeah,
Nope.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Dorito commercial.
Crystal Ball Doritos.
Yeah.
Doritos are usually. I love the Doritos.
What was that Darth Vader one? Was that the one that a little kid was dressed up as, and he starts the car?
Yeah.
Volkswagen.
The Volkswagen Force one. Yeah. That was the Volkswagen commercial with the parents had the kid use the Force to
Start the car.
start the car and make shit happen. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Coca-Cola used to have some good ones. I'm going back telling my age, but like, was it and I remember because the Eagles were playing the Raiders, and Joe Mean Green threw his jersey to the kid for the Coke bottle. You know, here, catch, kid. You know,
Yeah.
That was the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mean Joe Green. Yeah. Yep.
They showed that one for years.
For years. Yep. I remember, do you know that WWE Chongo? You know that WWE kind of recreated that with Bret the Hitman Hart, right?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Anthony said that the Dilly Dilly Bud Light commercials were good until Philadelphia stole them and made it to Philly. So
I agree.
You would.
Haters.
I agree.
All right, so how about halftime shows, guys? Like, was it any of the first one that pops in my head? And I was talking to TJ Spitter about this earlier. Like, I said, I have one in mind. I want you to name a halftime show that just nobody will ever forget. And he said Prince. He said,
"Oh yes. Yeah.
So what's your favorite halftime show? Yeah, of course you're Janet Jackson and Timberlake with the boob thing. Sure, Phil. Of course that's your
I'm not
answer.
saying that's my favorite, but I'm saying that's the most
That's-
memorable because of that. They did a 3 to 5 second delay now.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. There was one recently, I don't know how many years ago, it was not that long ago, where Gaga was in it and she came down from the top of the stadium and stuff. That I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked like Beyonce and Destiny's Child like reuniting that a couple years ago. I think it was 2014 or 2015, one of them.
Yeah.
That was more recent. Do you like it better when it's just one group, or it's just Prince or just Madonna, or do you like it when it's like, there was that one year it was like Britney Spears and like 3 other groups.
Yeah.
There was one where Madonna was with like Nicki Minaj and LMFAO, and Aerosmith was like with 6. Do you like it better when it's one group, like when they did Prince, or if it's a whole bunch of groups, because you can have all kinds of stuff going on there?
I heard the Madonna one had a hepatitis breakout. I don't know what that was about, but
The best halftime show happens this year. That's my son saying that he's a fan of The Weeknd, I guess.
Yeah.
What?
That's gonna be good.
The Weeknd.
Hopefully.
You're a fan of The Weeknd?
Yeah. I've followed his music for a long time.
I'm not a big
It's good
fan.
music.
Not
It's
a fan.
hard
I
to
mean,
say.
You
It's
wouldn't
hard to say what is the best halftime show because everybody's music genre.
Oh, I didn't say what best. I said what was your favorite.
I mean,
You know what I mean? Because I like Tom Petty's, but his halftime show is boring to some people.
Oh man,
Because
Petty was good.
at the time he was 100 years old and he was, he was trying to do free
He
falling or
was
whatever. You know
he
what I
was
mean?
97. He wasn't 100.
All right.
I like.
Yeah. Big Al is blinded by the light.
I can't remember her name, but Katy Perry, because Lenny Kravitz was on it.
No, yeah, Katy Perry. Yeah.
You know,
It was very aesthetically pleasing.
Kravitz. U2, Prince.
U2 was good.
J-Lo,
J-Lo was J-Lo last year?
I think so.
Last year, the year before.
Anthony's dead in this conversation, but we'll move on.
Because he was muted.
No, he wasn't.
Somebody muted him.
Yes, he was.
He can't unmute.
He's muted.
That's
He's
why I
still muted.
He muted
why-
himself.
No, you muted me.
I did
Me and
not.
Sago laughed. That's what me and Sago.
I tried to click it, and it said that the person that muted himself, I can't unmute it.
He got muted.
I tried to unmute myself.
You're not a fan of the halftime shows? You're going and taking a piss and eating and drinking something, Anthony?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't watch any of them?
No. I can't tell you the last one I watched.
To each their own.
During halftime shows.
To each their own.
Stick to sports.
Well, speaking of sports, during the postseason, I ended up 10-3. So if I'm wrong when we do our picks here, and the rest of you guys are right, you can't catch me. Yeah, the best you can do is tie me 10-4. So if I pick against you guys, Philip, I know the best you can do is go 500, 7-7. So if your pick is right, you're going to go 7-7. But that's the postseason standings for us. So let's get back to it. What is your prediction? And don't just say a team. Like, let me know what you think. So don't just say one team and then that's it. I'm done. Because Anthony will say that. I know that's what's going to happen. So we'll start with
the guy who's in the lead.
We'll start with me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you should start with me because you all should follow me because you already are following me. You should listen to me the whole damn postseason because I've been right most of the time. And you should also have listened to me during the regular season. I was only 2 games behind Shango. And I would love to hear Shango's picks because then I'll just pick his because he's going to be right no matter what he says.
Shango, how's his head fit in that rectangle?
I have no idea.
But
I have no idea. He's slouching like this.
But I am going with Kansas City because, I mean, come on, let's be honest here. It's over. Tom Brady had his fun. He's there. He's back to the Super Bowl without Bill Belichick. Congratulations. He's the NFC champion. But I mean, Anthony's right for once. Anthony's right for once. There is no way I could possibly pick
AJ can't
against Kansas City. I did with the Bills game. I picked against them, and I was wrong. I was dead wrong because I bought into the fact that Patrick Mahomes was injured. He ain't injured, and he's still hungry, and he wants more, and he is the current GOAT, and he is the face of the NFL, and he is going to get ring number 2 this Sunday. Who's next?
Anthony, would you like to take this one? Go ahead, because I saw you put your head down. That was hilarious.
He's mad because he forced AJ to either take Tom Brady or just admit he can't take the lead or tie for the lead. Which one's more important?
This is bullshit.
Yeah, you got to bet with your mind, Anthony, not your heart. All right. I'm not rooting for Andy Reid like my cousin over there. I would love Tom to pull this off, but he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it.
We did get 24 inches of snow, so
30.
There's a chance Tom can pull this out, right?
Sure. But it's in Tampa. I don't know how that affects anything, but
Fuck me.
They're
Yeah.
the home team.
Yeah.
Do you really want to catch Big Al or do you want to eat your phone?
He did this shit on purpose.
Yes, he did. He did.
Now he backed out last second. I thought he was taking Tampa. There's no goddamn way Tampa wins this game.
Should we go with everybody else's picks before yours?
I guess. This is bullshit.
He's not ready.
Want to change yours?
Absolutely not.
If you change yours, then he'll feel because the moment you said Kansas City, his hand went down.
I know. My intention was not to piss him off. The three of you, I want to pick who I think is going to win the game, and I think Kansas City is going to win the game.
Who's Big Phil got? Maybe you can change my mind.
Phil, who do you got?
Oh, listen, man, I'm a big Andy Reid fan because he's been a Philadelphia coach for a long time. I rooted for him last year.
Didn't win us nothing.
He's got a Super Bowl win, but that's about it. Listen, Week 12, 27-24, 200 and some yards to Rico. I mentioned that earlier in the program.
Yep. They did play each other.
Tampa's coming in hurt. Two of their defense, Antonio Winfield, and I can't remember the other character's name. They're banged up, ankle, shoulder. Mahomes is 8-0 this year on the road. He's 21-4 all time. He plays great on the road, averaging 38 points a game. But we're talking about Tampa's defense here, who's gelled, who's come together.
And they got Vita Vea
back. Tom Brady plays 4 quarters. I don't care who you are. He showed it against Atlanta. He almost came back with Philadelphia.
Don't doubt him.
He cannot beat an NFC East team in the Super Bowl. He's not playing an NFC East team in the Super Bowl.
He's playing the AFC.
I hate Tom Brady. I do not like Tom Brady. He's good. He's wins.
He's picking him.
But what I respected about him was when he played the Saints and he came back on the field and spent time with Drew Brees.
His kid.
And his kids and threw a pass. I don't think you're going to see Tyreek Hill getting 200 yards in the first quarter again. I think they decided coming into the second halftime to play better game. They won the second half. I think that's going to carry over to Super Bowl. I'm going with Tampa Bay because I was predicting you three to take the Chiefs, and I wanted to be the lone guy to rub it into you guys. But since I'm picking second, I'm going with the Buccaneers. Tom Brady's 7th. He's not ready to pass the torch to Mahomes.
I love it. I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm sticking with my pick. Prince Shango.
Well, the way I look at it is like Phil said, that defense is gelling. They got Vita Vea back in the middle, and he caused issues for Aaron Rodgers all game long. You have to double team that man every time he plays. You got 2 people on the Kansas City Chiefs that just came down with COVID. They're in COVID protocol, so you don't know if they're going to play. But if you watch the NFL all year long, that kid is remarkable. He is unfucking believable. There is nobody who was playing like him. He is playing lights out. I think it's going to be an amazing game, and I think Kansas City is going to come out on top.
Anthony?
So I'm taking the Chiefs.
I was hoping Cousin Phil's rah-rah speech was going to get me going. The only reason why I completed the pass to Breeze's kid is because nobody was covering him or had been picked.
Damn.
There is
Kenneth Ferguson, ride or die, KC. Yep.
I would have loved Big Al to take Tom Brady. He didn't do it.
He swerved everybody.
You know, Cousin Phil brought up some good points. They won the second half. But KC, I think, just let him in it. I think KC's been better than everybody. Cover Tyreek Hill. Go ahead. He'll hit Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
You can't cover everybody.
You got to cover Sammy, too.
Yeah.
He's playing.
Mean, there's just weapons everywhere.
Yeah,
and I think with Andy, I was so happy when he left Philly. Oh, God. It was time for him to win. and that's what he did.
He's going. He won in Philadelphia. He got
He
them
didn't win
to
the Super Bowl. He didn't win the Super Bowl.
So that just erases the whole damn thing, right?
No, that changed my
Pretty
whole
much.
opinion about him. I love the guy. He
You,
went
I
somewhere
don't
else.
know how you wait. I don't know how you like Andy Reid because he kept the Giants down for 10 freaking years.
Yeah, but he never won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, so I'm all right with that.
He was there 24-21. They lost.
And he lost every time. But he
They
changed his
lost.
ways.
Got rid of
Went
the
to
nab.
Kansas City, and he became a winner.
Yeah, he was a winner. He's been a winner his whole entire career.
He's a smart coach.
Probably one of the best, if not
And
the best.
he's going to
coaches of
pressure
all
Tom
time.
Brady. He's going to go get that ring from Tom Brady that he didn't get with Philly. So
Now I hope you're wrong, man. Now I hope you're wrong. I want to be wrong so that Andy Reid doesn't get another goddamn Super Bowl.
Big out. Listen,
So you're
matter.
changing your
you
pick.
change your
then.
pick.
I do not.
I
He's
see. I
gonna
know. I
take the
thought
lead.
get riled
No one's
up,
gonna beat
change his
Big Al.
mind.
You
Nobody.
tried. You
Uh,
tried.
yeah, give me Kansas City. I just think
Big
Mahomes is too
Al
good.
is the playoff predictor winner.
No matter
Doesn't
what.
matter what happens now.
Doesn't matter.
But if you add them all, together, if you add the regular
If
season,
you add
and
regular
playoffs,
season and postseason, we can't catch Shango. Correct.
What, you want me to take Tampa Bay for the sake of argument?
Actually, if I
Yeah,
actually
what
there
we
is
do?
there is a way I could catch Shango. I'm 2 games
tied.
behind him. I was 2 games behind him going into the regular season, and I'm 1 game ahead of him right now. So now technically I'm 1 game behind him. So if I were to pick Tampa Bay and I was right,
You won't do it.
then I could tie him.
You won't do
make
it.
that gamble. Make that gamble.
Roll
Make the
that
gamble.
dice.
Make the gamble. Make the gamble. Make that gamble. Come on.
We didn't bet
Make that
nothing.
gamble. Make that gamble.
We didn't bet nothing. I'm not a gambling man.
Tell you what.
Phil, what were you going to say about Andy Reid?
About what?
I
Why,
got something for you.
why do you love Andy Reid? It makes me sick that AJ likes Andy Reid. All he has to do is get out of Philadelphia, and he's a winner. Now he's a winner.
Well, he had to do.
Because Andy Reid is a story for most coaches that have.
He's one of the best coaches of all time, if not the best. Everybody talks about
Right.
Belichick. This guy.
No, it's beautiful. The Eagles gave up on him.
It was time to move on.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
Yeah. It was time for him to go win Super Bowls.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, Al. I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna put myself out there.
Yeah. Mhm.
If you switch your pick and you take Tampa
Mhm.
and you win and we tie,
Mhm.
I will buy any fucking jersey you want me to buy to wear. And I will wear it every
I
episode.
Will not make that. I already paid my debt.
I will wear it every episode until football season starts.
Stay with Kansas City. It's my
That is my
birthday
birthday.
Sunday. That's my gift. Yeah.
Oh, Kenneth, you're getting your gift. We just want Big Al to switch his picks.
Correct.
No,
And
Jay,
you-
this is more exciting. I don't want to answer the question. I want to hear Alan's question. His answer.
Why? Wait.
Yeah.
Why won't you answer the question about Andy Reid?
Because this is more interesting between you and Sean.
Well, leave it to me.
You at best at this point you'll still be a game behind me all year long at best, adding them all together.
And all hail to you. All hail
But
to you.
but
You're not
But
first.
you
You're last,
tie me.
Ricky Bobby.
If you tie me, I will buy the jersey of your choice and wear it the entire season
Next year.
until football
You mean
starts.
next football season?
Entire next football season, every episode.
Yeah, but then
all,
you're gonna own that jersey, and you'll have it forever.
I will have it
And
forever.
then you'll wipe your ass and burn it with it.
No, I won't burn it.
Well, because
I have to wait.
you know I'll put you in an Eagle jersey, right?
Oh, I know. I know. And it'll
Wentz
be
jersey.
a player of your choice. Player jersey color of your choice.
You can't put him in a Wentz jersey because they'll never make another episode. It'll be hurt the entire time.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say Walker, Herschel Walker.
Oh, you mother! Okay, I will.
Solomon
Accept
has
that?
made the challenge.
I will accept that.
Herschel
But
Walker.
is Big Al going Tampa now?
Balls in your court, sir.
Hmm.
To be the man, you got to beat the man.
Woo!
I'm in a win-win situation here.
Hey,
What?
counter his offer
With?
that he cannot mention that you tied. You're the winner. He has to say you're the winner. Not that we tied, but you won.
I'm already giving up so much. Come on now. I will concede and say co-champions.
No.
I will concede and say co-champions. I will say co-champions.
Mm-hmm. Tampa's winning the Super Bowl.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Pardon my French.